Knolly Williams here, and I want to welcome you to our Mentorship Masters Masterclass. I'm so excited that you made your way here. Looks like a couple more people are still joining on. I can actually see that people are joining in, and that's exciting. I just want to thank you for being part of this live presentation. Just a couple of house notes. Make sure that you have your cell phone on silent. Go ahead and mute that bad boy. Put it upside down so that it doesn't distract you. Make sure you're not on Facebook or trying to check little things here and there. Hopefully you're in a private space where you and I can just have time together, because this is really all about helping you to take your real estate career to the highest level possible. So I think we can go ahead and get started. I still see people joining in, but since you guys are here, you're here on time, I want to go ahead and get started for you. So this is the Mentorship Masters Masterclass. I'm super excited that you're here. It's going to be a great time. Whether you decide to join Mentorship Masters or not, you're going to get valuable information here that I believe, and I absolutely know, you're going to be able to use for the rest of your career. You know, this masterclass is not about me. It's about Mentorship Masters. And Mentorship Masters is a network of agents that spans now worldwide. I mean, we're in Canada, we're all over the United States, and we're into other countries. So you have been invited here. Mentorship Masters is members only. It's by invitation only. You can only be invited by another member. So you're here because another member invited you. And so give them a high five, give them a thank you when you see them, or when you text them next, or talk to them next, because this information is going to help you the trajectory of your career regardless. Okay, so you're gonna have a debt of gratitude, I know, for them. Now, just a little bit about me. I know I said this is not about me, but I want to share just a little bit about what makes me authorized to teach such a masterclass. Well, you know, I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years. You know, I actually started selling when I was 13 years old. Started my first real business when I was 22 years old, and grew that business to generating over $150,000 a month. I got into the real estate business, took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in real estate. But what I really learned through all this is that I'm a teacher. I love to teach. I love to coach. I love to train. And that's why I launched. I'm the president of Mentorship Masters, the founder of it. And that's the reason why I launched Mentorship Masters. It's a vehicle to allow me to do what I love to do most. I've launched multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses over my lifetime. And now my whole dedication is all about paying it forward. That's what I love to do. You know, the highest form of reward that we get in this realm is through helping others to succeed to their highest level. So let's move on. A little bit of just continuing in the theme of stuff that I enjoy doing. This is me teaching classes all around. This is in Cape Cod here. This is one in Texas. Just teaching classes in areas all around the country. I love to teach. You know, the teacher is something that it just is what I am, right? So I love it. I've taught classes all over. I've written books. One of my books is actually a national bestseller. That's this one right here, Success with Listings. And then Triple My Listings is another book. I love teaching agents how to succeed. People ask me all the time, man, why are you teaching the competition? And I don't believe in competition. You are only in competition with yourself. You don't have any competitors. You only are competing with yourself. God has provided in this realm enough to go around. And so there's no such thing as scarcity. Those are false concepts that were ingrained into our heads as children. People believe that there's scarcity, so they experience it, but it doesn't exist. So I like to teach what I learn. I believe that that tide that continues to rise will raise all ships, and we all raise together, guys. So I want to tell you about the paycheck that you'll never spend, and this is a kind of an important aside that is a big reason why Mentorship Masters is what it is today. I was at a conference years ago, And I was standing in line. I was in the coffee line. I wanted to get me a hot cup of coffee. It was early in the morning. And there's this long line. You know, when you go to these conventions, the line is like forever when you this coffee line. And so I'm there, and this guy comes up behind me. He's like, "Are you Knolly Williams?" And I'm looking around. I'm like, "Yeah." It ain't too many black cowboys at this convention. It's like, yeah. And I kind of joke around that way. And he was like, "Man, I just want to shake your hand, and I want to thank you." And I was like, "Well, have we met before?" I go to a lot of conventions, so you don't always remember everyone that you meet. You try to, but you don't. And so he says, "Knolly, I've never met you before, but I want to share with you what you did for me and my family." And I was it was a great time in my life for him to come along, because I was at a sort of a fork in the road where I was like, what's next for my career? What am I going to do next? And so he said, I said, "Well, tell me, what did I do for you?" He said, "I watched it. He was down to his last listing. He was on his way out of the business. His family was like, 'Hey, you need to go get a real job. You're trying to do this real estate thing. You need to go do something else.' And, but he saw a video that I did, and it changed him to the point where he took over 60 listings. Okay. In the following 12 months, he was able to stay in the business. But he said, "Knolly, what it really did was it helped me put food on the table for my family." So I'm like, here's a guy that I was able to actually help feed. Wow. And his family. And it's just an incredible feeling. And ever since then, I've known what I was supposed to do. I mean, I've known that, but he kind of gave me the confirmation, and I hear it since then, and I've heard it over and over again of how my training has helped change lives, and that's what I'm all about: changing lives, making them better and better, and making that forever. So, according to USA Today, this is very important to understand this. According to USA Today, more than 80% of businesses fail during the first year in business. Now, you already know that, but here's a stat that most of us don't know, okay? Just as stunning, okay? Entrepreneur.com reports that more than 80% of franchises succeed. I want you to think about that for a minute. 80% of franchises succeed, while 80% of businesses, small businesses, fail. Isn't that something? Why do you think that could be? By the way, I'm drinking some nutritious coconut water, y'all. You can see this. Woo! Got my hydration going here. I'm a student of success. I like to study success, and when I saw these stats, I said, why is this? Now, this is something that you have to understand, and we'll get to why that is. By the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but according to the National Association of Realtors, 87% of realtors fail in the business. They don't make it. Only 13% succeed. That's sad. And I know why only those 13% succeed. And I'm going to share that with you here. So the truth is, though, that there is more than enough for everybody. We talked about that earlier. If you've ever thought that many of the elite in society, or even the major schools and corporations, want you to fail at being successful, you're probably right. You're probably right. If you failed at achieving your dreams in the past, you know what? It's not your fault. I'm here to share with you. It's not your fault. If you've been concerned in the past that you won't be able to get out of debt, pay off your house, or retire early, you can put those fears to rest. I myself retired from real estate at age 45, paid off my house, paid off everything, paid off my cars, everything. And I'm thriving. I'm thriving. And I'm here to teach you how to do the exact same thing. Now, what I want you to be able to do is to live your dream life. When? Right now. And here's what a dream life looks like for you. I've surveyed and studied so many thousands and thousands, trained tens and thousands of agents, tens of thousands. And here's what a dream life looks like. Earning $250,000 or more a year, working 20 to 30 hours a week or less, having your nights and weekends off, taking 4 to 5 vacations a year, and be debt free. Be debt free. If that's the life you want you to raise your hand right now. Is that the life you want? Because this is the life that you deserve and that you absolutely can have. And that's what I'm here to share with you. So here's what you're going to learn on this on our time together during this MasterClass. Let me move myself if I can here. See, you're going to learn the fastest and easiest way for you to have, or to thrive, I should say, at the highest level is for you to hire a coach or mentor. And, I get this all the time. I hired a coach when I was 8 months in the business, and people say, man, do I really need a coach? Do I really need a coach? And the truth is, the best way for you to succeed in the game is to hire a coach. But I know they're expensive, okay? When 8 months in the business, I started paying $1,000 a month for a coach, and I never stopped. I've always had a coach. I got to the point where now my coach is $2,500 a month. Okay, maybe you don't have $1,000 a month. Maybe you don't have $2,500 a month. Well, the cool thing is this right here. Look, you can get the best coaching and mentoring for free, and I'm going to share that with you. That's what we're going to talk about. So, success is not achieved by way of hard work, but rather through right thinking. Okay, success is not achieved by way of hard work, but rather through right thinking. Here's another quote that I want you to really take to heart. I want you to ponder and think on this one. Properly exploited, one good idea that occurs while walking on the beach is worth more than 10 lifetimes of hard work. That's Gary Halbert. I want you to think about that for a moment. We're taught so much about the hustle, the grind, the hustle, the grind. Gotta get it, gotta hustle, gotta grind. And the truth is, it's not that hard. It's not. It just isn't. So that's a great quote. If you take a walk on the beach, you get an epiphany, an idea. That could be worth 10 lifetimes of hard work. Okay? If properly exploited. Some of you guys are not, you may not be properly exploiting the ideas that you're getting, right? So it's got to be properly exploited. That's a caveat. Now, what we practice here at Mentorship Masters is different than anything that I've ever seen. And one thing that you will notice is that if you look on your library, and you just look at the books that you have on your library, just take a moment, later on today to do that. What you'll probably notice is that 80% of the books that you read or that you have read are not real estate related. They're just not. They're not real estate related. And so I took my 30 years of entrepreneurial acumen, if you will, and I condensed them into this thing that we call the Mentorship Masters Mastery Method. Okay, this is what each of the Mentorship Masters members teaches, what we're all learning, what I'm teaching you, and what you actually are going to learn how to teach as well, if you should choose to teach this. So it's basically, and I've got a printout of it here. You're going to learn mindset, number one. These are the 8 pillars, guys. If you want to have a rocket, this is very important for your career, whether you are part of Mentorship Masters in the future or not, doesn't matter. This is very important for you to understand this, is that you need all 8 of these pillars, okay, in order to succeed. Number 1 is mindset, okay? 90% of the success that you seek can be achieved through right thinking. Just if we can reprogram your mind, we can get you to the success that you want. Activities are super important. That's lead generation. That's the number 1 activity of a successful agent is lead generation. And I want you to be doing your lead generation every single day from 9 to 11. That's 2 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. Okay. And I've got a handy sheet that you'll be able to use once you become a master. And it's kind of funny when you become a master, we address you that way. So we say like Master Steve or Master Tina. When you become a master, you get a handy sheet that will allow you to really stay on track. Let me bump this up a little bit so you can see this better. It'll allow you to really stay on track with your goals, okay? Because the time blocking is so critical and just too many people don't do it. So that's activities. We're going to teach you how to do the right activities. And then you're like, hey, well, what activities should I do? Well, we'll show you exactly what activities to do Monday through Thursday, so you don't have to worry about that. People, aligning yourself with the right people, super duper critical. Systems is another thing. Why do 80% of the franchises succeed? Because they've got the right people behind them, they've got the right systems in place, and they're using the right tools. Okay, so at Mentorship Masters, we're going to give you all the systems. You're going to have them. Okay, and not just Mentorship Masters, but we've actually partnered with EXP for the tools and systems that are used there as well. So you'll have a double. You'll have all the tools that we have and all the tools that are at EXP as well. So systems and tools are super duper important. Then money. A lot of my students, when they come to me, they don't have the right money acumen, the right money mindset. We're going to get you into the right money mindset so that money will flow to you effortlessly and easily all the time. Okay. Then we get into accountability. You are going to have accountability. You'll have a one-on-one coach. We call them accountability partners. And here at Mentorship Masters, we actually coach each other to our ultimate greatness. We do that every single week. So you'll have the accountability and training. Here's the thing. Without accountability, it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to succeed. And then without the right training, it's hard to succeed. I mean, there's so much training on the internet, on YouTube. Some of us are overtrained, but it's doing the right things in the right order. You can do the right stuff in the wrong order and not get results. That's dangerous. So these are the 8 pillars. And then right in here, you'll see that there's an S, an M, a P, and an E. These represent the 4 bodies that you have, okay? You have a spiritual body, you have a mental body, you have an emotional body, and you also have a physical body. And here's the thing, guys. The reason why many real estate agents fail in this business is because they don't have all 8 pillars going. Okay, it's like rolling on 8 cylinders. They don't have all 8 of these pillars going, and they're not taking care of their bodies. They're not taking care of their mental body, their physical body, their emotional body, or their spiritual body. And we're going to teach you how to do that at Mentorship Masters. Now, right here in the middle, you can see that's you, okay? And when you look at that little question mark right there, that's your big why. What is it all about for you? We're going to help you flesh out what's your big why, what's important to you, and how do you scratch and get to it. That's the most important thing. So we use the mastery method. You're going to be learning this every single week. It's going to be the most unique training that you've ever had. And earlier I said, look at your books. You'll notice that 80% of the books that you have are not real estate related. Well, 80% of the training that we give you is not real estate related. It's related to you being the most successful person that you possibly can on planet Earth. The thing is, you'll be able to leave, even if you go to another career, hopefully you'll stay in real estate, but if you do, the stuff that you learn at Mentorship Masters will make you successful in any field, any career, anywhere. It's just going to help you have a successful life, period. Okay, the success that you want, we're going to help you get that. So let me move this around. I keep moving myself so as I'm not on top, and so hopefully it's not distracting you when I do that. So let's look at this mastery method. We're talking about the 8 keys to success. Mindset it means success is 90% mental. Activities, lead generation and prospecting. We're going to teach you how to do that. People, who will do it? That's the question that it answers. Systems, how will they do it? Tools, what will they do it with? Money, we'll talk about the 3 keys to financial freedom, and you're going to learn those as you are a master. Okay, you're going to master all this stuff. It's like joining a martial arts school, right? You start learning all these different things little by little by little until you become a master. Okay, accountability is all about hiring a coach, and training is remaining teachable. Now, the cool thing here is that you've already hired a coach when you join Mentorship Masters. So you're not paying $1,000 a month. You're not paying $1,200 a month, or $700 a month, or $1,500 a month, or $2,500 a month. You're not paying anything because you're part of our family. You're going to get all that stuff for free, which I'll show you that in a minute. So, and then we talked about the 4 bodies: spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. Guys, if you don't get anything else but this, it was worth the price of admission. This is going to help you. Just learning this kind of stuff is going to help you for the rest of your life. This is your secret weapon, guys. Your secret weapon is your Mentorship Masters Program. Okay, this whole program is your secret weapon. It's the kind of thing that agents are going to look at you and say, what in the world are you doing? Like, how are you doing how are listings just attracting to you? Your own family's going to be like, how in the world are you now so successful? They're not going to understand. But what's happening is you're becoming a different person through the knowledge that you're gaining, and you're joining the ranks of those who. By the way, if you choose to, my last year in production, I did 153 transactions. If you want to do 100 plus deals, I'm going to teach you how to do that. If you want to do 300 plus deals, guess what? My sponsors, who are also coaches into Mentorship Masters, they're going to teach you how to do that. Because right now, guess what? They do 450 deals a year. So no matter what your trajectory, if you got a big team, if you got your own brokerage, and that you want to fold into this, guess what? You got your own brokerage. We're going to teach you. And in fact, we're not even going to teach you how to do it. We're just going to train all your agents for you for free. So you come in, you've got a brokerage of 18 agents, you fold them into this, and guess what? Now all of them get Mentorship Masters for free. And you don't have to train them anymore. You just give them over to us, right? Uncle Knolly and his crew, and we're going to train them up every single week. They're going to get the right training so that they can be successful. Now, if you're an agent, you're a new agent, you've not done any production. Okay, we're going to get you fast, running out the gate, doing great. Or if you're an agent that's doing 20 deals a year, 30 deals a year, and you're like, Knolly, I know I can do 50, 60, 70, 100 deals a year. You want to just do more, we're going to help you there as well. Maybe you're an agent that's already hitting your numbers, but you just want to do it in less time. Like you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. You want to work 20 hours a week and still hit those numbers. All that and more is what you're going to learn. Okay. So let's talk about some of our masters right now. So, and this is just a few examples, guys, of masters that are just crushing it and doing well. So right here, we've got Mina. And Mina came to me about 3 months ago. Okay. And Mina's thing was, 3 or 4 months ago now, it's been. And her husband told her, this is the ultimatum. This is real. We're just being real here. Her husband told her, look, she came from the corporate world. She was doing great in the corporate world, but she wanted to have more time freedom and stuff like that. And so her husband told her, look, if you don't, she did like a year and something at another brokerage. And her husband told her, if you don't hit that success, you got one more year to do this. And if you're not succeeding by then, you're going to go back to your job. And that was the last thing she wanted to do. So when she came to me, she was like, Knolly, is this the real deal? I was like, Mina, it's the real deal. You're going to succeed. The only way you can fail is if you don't do what we teach you to do. If you do what we teach you to do and say what we teach you to say, success is inevitable. You cannot fail. And so she joined, and I got to tell you, last year she did 8 transactions. This year she's on track for 50 transactions. And get this, she's working 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. So she's working less time than she did. She's going to do about 6 times the transactions she did, 6 times as much production as she did last year. She just took her first $1 million listing. It's like $1.2 million. And she's rocking it. Right here, we've got my man Dave Overholzer. Dave, right now, he joined me at Mentorship Masters. And within 2 months, 8 transactions. 8 transactions. Dave's a rock star. He actually came to me as a rock star, and he's just learning things that are allowing him he sells in 2 different states, and it's allowing him to really be able to do real estate from anywhere in the world. So he's super excited about that. And then Sharon also sells Sharon right here, she sells in 2 different states. She sells in Louisiana, she sells in Texas. And so she came to me as a broker with her own brokerage, and she was like, Knolly, is this the real deal? I've got agents. I want to fold my brokerage in to Mentorship Masters. I was like, yeah. And now, guess what? She doesn't have to teach her agents. She doesn't have to train her agents. She doesn't have to do any of that. We do it for her, and she's free to just enjoy the fruits of that labor, right, of her past success. So whether you're like Mina and you're coming in, you're struggling, you're not sure, you just want to stop struggling and stop being feast or famine. Okay, because I help you to get out of feast or famine. Feast or famine is not where you want to be. That's not where you want what you want for your family. You want to have a pipeline of deals where you're always getting paid, right? Every single week you got that paycheck, and it's nice. And you got a nice pad of money in the bank. you've got no financial worries. So whether you're like that with Mina coming in, not knowing, and almost on your way out of the business, or you're like Dave, a rock star already doing great business, and you just want the better systems, better tools so you can work less. Or if you're like Sharon, you've got a brokerage and you're thinking about, hey, or you got a big team. Either way, Mentorship Masters will help you succeed. Now, what are you getting with Mentorship Masters? Let's look at that, because this is a big question that I get. Like, what am I going to get? Well, you get 5 things, guys, 5 things and more. Okay, you're going to get free membership in our Mentorship Masters coaching program, and that is the whole program. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that in a minute. You're going to get free monthly success videos, the success secrets. You're also going to get weekly group calls. So just like you and I are on a call right now, I do this every single week. It's not an intro to Mentorship Masters. It's more of just a training call where I'm teaching you stuff. Let me see if I might even have some of the books, stuff that we study, things like this. Let me just show you. Let me see if I can make my screen a little bigger. So like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. You'll actually read this book and you'll start applying some of the things that you learn from this book. By the way, if you don't join me at Mentorship Masters, this is a great book. You should join me, but if you don't join us, this is a great book for you to get. Right now we're reading Letting Go, okay, The Pathway to Surrender. The Secret to Permanent Prosperity by Mark. I mean, it goes on and on, okay? But we have a book of the month, and I teach from that every single week, okay? We have free one-on-one coaching. So you're like, hey, Knolly, but I want one-on-one coaching, man. We got that. So Mentorship Masters, you're going to be paired up with another master, okay? And you guys are going to coach each other to your greatness. It's only going to take about 20 minutes a week. I give you an accountability worksheet. It looks just like this, okay? And you're using that to actually teach you how to coach. I mean, I've been a coach for 15 years, and I actually teach you how to coach each other. It's very, very, very simple. There's 3 questions that you ask, and there's only 1 of 3 answers. And then you're basically holding each other accountable. So you're going to have that one-on-one coaching that's so critical to success. And you're going to have VIP retreats. So periodically we have VIP full-day retreats where you fly out. Either it might be in Las Vegas, might be in Austin, Texas, and you fly out and you spend a full day where we do a deep dive in your business and help you to succeed, help you to get to those to the highest levels. And I found that these are the ways that my students succeed at their highest level. You cannot think of a better program than this, guys, because you're getting one-on-one coaching, you're getting group coaching, and you're getting full-day workshop retreats with me and the rest of our group, where we mastermind together and we share our best practices and best ideas. So that's what you're getting with Mentorship Masters. You're getting a guaranteed track for success. Now, I want to show you what our portal looks like when you go into the Mentorship Masters. You're going to have your own portal. It's a members-only success portal. And you can thank the person that led you to this special masterclass, because Mentorship Masters is by invitation only. You can only join by invitation of another master. Okay, so we have different sections, like we have a welcome section, master classes. It's different classes that I've taught, and you can watch all the videos. There's over 60 training videos in this portal, and that grows every day. Virtual coaching sessions. We've got share funnels. I'm going to teach you guys everything that you need to know about making funnels and stuff like that. Inspirational videos, resources, all the tools, the crash course you're going to get, my live training, Mentorship Masters Roundtable, and it goes on. Now, this is just a screenshot, but this is, you log in, you can log in every single day, and you get access. Now, we also have a Facebook group, a secret Facebook group that we run through Workplace. That's through EXP's Workplace. Okay, so let's continue. Let me see. Let me get to our next. Okay, so the other thing you're going to get, and this is my Cadillac system. This is your own seller guide. This is sort of my signature system. You're going to get it absolutely free after you close your first transaction. You get your own seller book. Okay, it's going to help you get tons and tons of more listings. So really, you get everything that I do, you're going to get access to it. Anytime this bad boy is updated, you're going to get the free updates as well. The other thing is tons of free bonuses. So this is my pre-listing package that's helped me get tons and tons of listings. Not only do you get that for free, but I also teach you how to use it, because there's a lot of psychology behind that pre-listing package. Every single page, there's psychology behind it. When you learn the psychology, you'll be able to get more listings. When you sit down with people, for one thing, you'll get more at-bats. So more people will want to sit down with you once they see your pre-listing package, and you're going to get a whole lot more people listing with you when you start implementing these tools. Okay, the seller guide, you're going to get your listing manager, team training manual, team job descriptions. You're going to get pre-listing video. It's going to be a copy of my video, but you'll get the full script that I use to create it, because a lot of people love my video. I mean, the video, that video alone has helped me get so many listings with people watching it. I'm going to show you and teach you how to create your own video. It's going to help you succeed, take more listings. So that's part of it as well. And it goes on and on and on, y'all. It just keeps going on. The other thing is your complete success system. Now, we just talked about you're going to have a portal that you'll be able to log into. You're going to get my Millionaire Success Secrets training, coaching. You're going to have VIP access to any live events that I do anywhere, plus my live retreats that I have, where you can fly in and be part of those full-day retreats. But I also teach around the country. So if you catch me at an event, you get VIP access to any of my events. Now, down here is another whole suite of tools that you get. So let's say, for example, you say, like I've got one of our masters that just texted me this a couple of days ago. And he was like, hey, I'm ready to take it to the next level. So the next level is where you say, I want to do 100 plus deals a year, or you might want to have teams across the country. You know, one of the great things at EXP is that you can have a team in Chicago, you can have a team in Texas, you can have a team in Florida. Doesn't matter how many teams you have, you're paying one cap, right? You pay, or you yourself can practice real estate in multiple states, and you pay one cap. We'll talk about that in a minute. So if you want to create what we used to call an expansion team at my former company, you want to get an expansion team going, we're going to teach you how to do that, because Kevin and Fred have perfected this, okay? They run a team, they've got 35 team members, they run in multiple states, multiple cities, and they're doing 450 transactions a year, over 100 million in production. So if you want to get to that level, or if you're at that level but you want to do it faster and easier, we've got a whole 2-day boot camp. 2-day boot camp is going to teach you how to do that. And then let's say, for example, over here, you can see our Success with Seminars. You're going to get that complete series if you want to start doing seminars. You might be like, hey, Knolly, I want to do what you do, man. I want to teach, I want to train, I want to coach, I want to mentor people, I want to be on stages, I want to do all that. Well, fine. If you want to do that, I'm going to teach you how to do it. Some of you are like, man, I don't ever want to do that, and that's fine too. You just want to sell real estate. That's fine. But if you do, I'm going to teach you everything that it takes to be successful with seminars. I have a whole MasterClass called Success with Seminars. You're going to get that absolutely free. You're going to get your own amazing product. So if you have a product that has been within you, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a CD. We have CDs still? Maybe it's an audio recording or some kind of a training. Whatever you have, just think about it. Whatever you have, I'm going to help you package that up and get it out to the world. Okay? If you want to be a coach, trainer, a mentor, you want to do that kind of thing, I'm going to help you do it. Because I've built funnels, I've had multiple products that have been highly successful worldwide, and I'm going to teach you how to do that, or I'll just do it for you. So at Mentorship Masters, guys, it's the real deal. You get everything you need to succeed. Now, so what will it cost? People always ask me, man, what's this going to cost me? It sounds too good to be true. Well, it will cost you. It's an 80-20 split. That's what... For one, it's going to cost you joining EXP. Like, well, I don't want to join no EXP. Well, don't knock it until you hear it. I've got Brent Gove is standing by. He's going to come on. He's going to share with you a little bit about what EXP is all about. You know, I would not have joined EXP. I joined EXP after I did over 1,000 transactions. Okay, sold over 1,000 homes, and then joined EXP. So if it was not the best, in my opinion, game on the planet, I would not have joined it, right? So just take a look at it. At least know what you're turning down. So instead of, because I can tell you the reason why I say it that way is because I poo-pooed EXP for years. I was like, man, I don't want to, EXP. I don't want to hear nothing about EXP. In fact, I had an agent. I just want to share this with you now that I'm thinking about it. I had an agent to call me. We're doing a transaction together. And I'd just been at EXP for a couple of weeks. And he called me up. He says, hey, Knolly, where do I need to send this document or whatever it was? Are you at the Keller Williams office on XYZ? And I was like, no, man, I'm not at Keller Williams anymore. He's like, what do you mean? I was at Keller Williams for 10 years. I was at RE/MAX for 5 years. One of the top agents in the state and all that, one of the top Keller Williams agents and all that jazz. Was recruited to Keller Williams by Gary Keller, the whole nine. And he was like, man, what do you mean you're not at Keller Williams? I said, well, I'm at EXP. He's like, oh, no, I'm not. I've heard a lot of things about EXP. I wouldn't join EXP. I was like, well, what have you heard? So he said, well, I heard this and that. I was like, no, that's not quite true. He's like, really? He said, well, I heard that. I said, no, that's not true either, buddy. He said, no, but I heard this. I was like, no, that too is not true. It was so comical because every time that I would say something, he was like, okay, well, I got to go. And he was like, well, is it? And we just kept, I wasn't trying to convince him of anything. I was just answering his questions. Now he's, after really looking at it, really looking into it, he has now joined Mentorship Masters and he's doing great. He's right here with me and he's one of our trainers. So I got to tell you guys, don't knock it until you look at it. There's an 80-20 split, caps at 16,000. Then you go to 100%. Somebody told me the other day, they said, Knolly, but there's companies out there that do a 90-10 split. Well, it depends on your production. So you don't have to be at an 80% split at EXP. You could be on a 90% split. You could be at 100%. Okay? Or you can earn more than 100%. Brent's going to share with you how that works. But for example, I've got a guy joining me in a couple weeks. He does $8 million in production a year. So he's going to be at about a 95% split. How is that possible? Well, he's going to pay 80-20. It's going to cap at 16,000, and then he's going to be at 100%. So he's going to do $8 million in production. Okay, think about this. He's going to do $8 million in production. He's going to generate $240,000 in GCI, and he's only going to pay 16,000. So if he made 240,000, he paid 16,000. So that means that he kept about 5 or 6%. I'm sorry, that he only paid in 5 or 6%, right? So 16, if you do 240,000 and you look at what 16,000 is against that, it's only about 5.5% or something like that. So you do the math and look at your own numbers, but the most you'll pay is 80%. That's the maximum, okay? And it goes down as you do more production. EXP has over 20,000 agents and 400 plus employees. A lot of times people, because we're a cloud-based brokerage, a lot of people are like, well, it's cloud-based, so am I going to get the help I need? Yes, you're going to have a broker that's right there, in your area. You're going to have your own area broker. You're also going to have Mentorship Masters to help you as well. So with that, what I want to do is I'm going to bring Brent on. He's going to share with you a little more about EXP, and then I'm going to come back on and I'm going to kind of close out and share with you more about the great things that we have in store for you at Mentorship Masters. Okay, all right, Brent, it's all yours, buddy.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brent Go. Exciting to see all of you here today. Before I get into an introduction of eXp Realty, real quick, I want to give you a brief background on myself, and I promise to be brief. I've been doing real estate since I'm 30. I'm 52 years old. Put my first 12 years in at RE/MAX. Loved it. Switched to Keller Williams in 2009. Worked there for 8 years. Loved it even more. And so I changed real estate companies one time in 20 years. Currently, I'm at EXP. I switched companies about 22 months ago. Again, I'd moved one time in 20 years, so I'm not a guy who jumps around from company to company. But I got a call from a friend of mine, Sheila Fairjohn, out of Dallas, Texas, and she said, Brent, you've got to check out EXP. Have you heard of this company, what they're doing for agents? I'm like, nope, never even heard of them. He goes, oh my gosh, you're going to be floored. You're going to be shocked. I'm like, yeah, right. No way. And she said, well, would you look at it and evaluate it and give me your opinion? I go, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I mean, she was polite, professional, and I could watch it for you. I knew there was no way I would be interested. And I'm telling you what, obviously, I was more than interested, and I was floored. I was shocked at everything she said. So what is EXP? Well, let's dive into it. It's the brainchild of this man, Glen Sanford. He was in charge of technology for Keller Williams with a handful of other people. And by 2009, he left Keller Williams, and he was real happy there, wasn't unhappy. But he had a vision to become the Amazon of real estate, a cloud-based company. He is a genius IQ, like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. The guy is just brilliant. And he created a company that was anytime, anywhere, like Netflix, like Amazon, like Travelocity, all these cloud-based Uber. You get the idea. In fact, Netflix is a really good example. They went to Blockbuster, thousands of locations, brick and mortar, like real estate traditional companies, all these offices. And they said, no, you can do everything in the cloud. You don't need this. Blockbuster said, no, thank you. They just put Hollywood Video out of business, by the way. And they were a $6 billion with a B company with no competition. They were the 800-pound gorilla. They were at the absolute zenith of their success. And they were bankrupt 5 years later through technology. I mean, Borders Books is gone. Look at Amazon. They started with books. Now they're everywhere. Uber just bankrupted Yellow Cab, Uber and Lyft. Uber's the world's largest transportation company. How many of you get airline tickets at a travel agent? Nope. Hotels, rental cars? Nope. You just point, click, get it all online. And EXP's in that space. We're the only company that's cloud-based. We have no offices. Now you will have offices. We've joined a partnership with the Regis Corporate Suite. There are literally thousands of locations worldwide. In Sacramento, there are 8 locations. In San Jose, California, there are 38 locations. There are literally thousands of locations worldwide. You can use the conference rooms. There's staff, people to greet your clients. You take your clients to a conference room, just like you always did at Coldwell or Remax or Century 21. So you still have an office environment. You will not be working from your couch or breakfast table. I want to dispel that myth right now. But because EXP doesn't have offices, there's no desk fees. You can work from anywhere. No big expensive commercial leases. Means we put our money into agent support and technology that creates leads for agents. There are 4 reasons you should come to EXP. Number 1, lead generation. Number 2, training. We have 5 to 10 live classes a day, sometimes 13 classes a day. And number 3, stock awards. And number 4, revenue share. But let's start with number 1, lead generation. If you don't have leads, you are dead in the water. Gary Keller used to say at Keller Williams, you need to master lead generation. Well, at EXP, we've partnered with KV Core, which purchased Conversion. And Conversion is a world-class website. If you're familiar with Tiger Leads, Boomtown, Commissions Inc., if you've ever wondered how agents sell 50, 80, 100, 200, 300 homes a year, they do it with world-class websites that are very expensive. A lot of those websites I just named cost anywhere from $18,000 to $25,000 a year. Conversion is a $1,000 sign-up, and it's $6,000 a year. Contracts. So you'll spend $7,000 your first year on Conversion. It's a CRM and a lead generating website with a CRM built into it. And instead of paying $7,000, but they make it available to every EXP agent for $50 a month. Your choice. Google it. Go to them right now. It's worth $7,000 a year. Go do it. Or $50 a month through EXP. So it's a powerful lead generation platform. Then we train you 5 to 10 classes a day. Could you name a company that is offering 5 to 10 live classes a day where you could, not like recordings, I'm talking you could raise your hand, interrupt the instructor and go, I don't understand what you mean about luxury marketing materials, or how do you get the commission splits for hiring a buyer's agent, or social media, or lead generation, on. And it's fully interactive. Here's how it's fully interactive. We have a campus. It's a cloud. It's a virtual cloud. We have 250 full-time employees in the cloud. There's Joshua. Actually, no Joshua. He's in the information booth when you get to EXP. Corporate offices, you can actually meet. Yep, they're avatars. You get over it real quick because when you start earning the revenue share and the stock and getting the leads, you really don't care. And so this is the RE Tech Auditorium. They have a bigger main auditorium. They have the Productivity Center where they're doing a mastermind here. Here's the instructor right here, this gal in the blonde hair leading the mastermind. Every seat is filled. Of course, you have people standing because they can't get a seat. That's a screenshot of an actual mastermind daily training in the cloud. I lead this meeting every Monday morning at 11:30. It looks like this. I teach for 30 minutes. I've sold over 4,000 homes with my team in 22 years. I was not an REO agent. Those were all one at a time. Bottom line, the cloud is amazing. Inside the cloud here, there's a marketing department. There's technology department. There's the accounting department. There's agent services, brokerage operations, 250 full-time staff. Take a tour with the person who invited you to watch this. So again, we arm you with leads, we train you, and then we give you equity. We actually have stock awards. We have our equity awards. We have our icon award for iconic agents, which is $16,000 worth of stock award you can get, which I got last year. And then we have our agent equity program. Here's our stock over the past 4 or 5 years. That's the growth of our stock. Our moniker's EXPI. We are now traded on the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange. It's a big, big deal. And so let's go over the stock awards. You're going to receive stock and become a shareholder for doing things that you've already been doing, such as on your first transaction of the year, you get 35 shares of stock. When you cap, our cap is $16,000 a year, a very competitive cap. Most companies don't even have caps. I think Keller, I paid, for me personally, $27,000 a year for the past 8 years. Well, at EXP, it's only 16. So it's a very competitive cap. The split is 80-20. I met a Coldwell Banker agent today. He says, well, my split's 80-20. I go, yeah, but it's a franchise, Coldwell Banker, Berkshire, Remax. You get the idea. Century 21, they're Better Homes. They're franchises. You also paid it 6%. They go, oh, yeah. So you really, if your split's an 80-20, it's not. Your split is a 74-26. No 6%, no royalty fee. And once you pay 16, you go to 100%. So when you cap, you get 75 shares of our stock, and we're currently trading today at $15.86 a share. So that's almost $1,200 worth of stock. When you do your first transaction, you get of the year, you get 35 shares of stock worth about almost $600. So these are nice stock awards for stuff you probably pretty much already do. Now, if you sponsor somebody, you tell someone about EXP and they join, you get 75 shares of stock. And so as our company continues to grow in agent count, the amount of stock will be reduced year after year, but our stock continues to climb. Now, past performance is no guarantee of future performance. We may go up, we may go down. It's a stock market. I have to say that to make the SEC happy. I said it. So you think what you want to think, I'll think what I want to think. I have 35,000 shares of our stock. I have never sold a share of EXPI stock. I'm keeping it. I believe in this company. Now, we have an Agent Icon Award, whereas if you cap and do 20 sales, you actually get your cap back in the form of stock. So last year I did that. I capped and did 20 sales after capping, and you get your cap back in the form of stock. Had a guy go, well, I'd rather have a check. Well, sorry, it's an award. They don't give you a check. They decide to give you stock. So I got this stock award in EXPI, and it was averaging about $370 last year. Well, we've quadrupled. So that stock award is now worth about $70,000. After 20 years, it was nothing. Anything is better than nothing. Number 3, Agent Equity Awards. This is an optional program you can enroll in. I decided to do it. You can use up to 5% of your commission to buy EXPI stock at a 20% discount. I did that last year. So a $10,000 check, they'd take $500 to buy EXPI stock. And I got 20% on it the day I bought it, which is a great return on any investment, 20%. But then the stock on the face value quadrupled. So I didn't pay $370 a share. I paid on average of about $290 a share, and now it's trading at almost $16 a share. It's pretty exciting. I really don't know any agents not rolling it. We call set it and forget it. Now we're going to end with this again. 4 reasons you should come to EXP. Number 1, leads. Number 2 is training. Number 3 is stock awards. Number 4 is because you're an owner, you're a shareholder, you're an owner in the company, you share in the revenue of this company. So revenue is a big deal. If you add up these numbers here in the center column, these add up to the $16,000 cap. Our company does not keep all the revenue. Most companies keep all the revenue. They need it to pay for their big, expensive buildings. We don't have buildings, so we give it back to you, the agents. For example, if you tell one agent and they cap, you're going to get $2,800 a year of the $16,000 in revenue. EXP does not keep it; they give it to you. Go tell an agent to join your company and see if your company will give you $2,800. I had many people join companies. I've never got that. And if they're with their EXP next year, you get it again. 5-10 years from now, you get it again and again. It's residual in nature. Well, what if they don't cap? What if they don't sell 8 to 10 homes in Sacramento? They sell 4 or 5 homes. Well, then there'd be a half cap. I'd get $1,400 every year. But what if they only sell 1 or 2 homes a year, like a quarter cap? Then I get $700. It's not all or nothing. When there's a closing, the next month on the 22nd, EXP shares revenue with the agents. It's really cool. So if I told 10 agents who capped, I'd get 10 times 2,800. Yep, that'd be $28,000 a year. Wow, $28,000 a year, and in 4 years, it's over $100,000 of revenue share for your retirement or for your whatever. Right? That's a big deal. I thought my first year I would do 10 to 15. 8 months later, I referred 40, not 10 to 15. It was simply easier than I thought. Agents love what? They love leads. They love training. They love stock awards because they've never gotten them, and they love sharing in the revenue because that's never happened. So I did 40. So instead of making $28,000 a year by telling 10 cappers, I did 40 cappers. So making over $100,000 a year my first year in revenue share. That is significant. Now the way you qualify for the 7 different generations is you refer agents. The more agents you refer, the more levels of revenue share EXP unlocks. It's called compensation for contribution. The more you contribute to the growth of the company, the more you are compensated. So when you tell 5 agents, they unlock tier 2 or generation 2. When you refer 10 agents to EXP, you get generation 3, 15, 20, 25, generation 6. Then there's a jump of 15 to 40 to unlock tier 7, generation 7. By the way, 4,000 an agent there. I remember when I did my 40th agent 8 months later, I had 10 agents on generation 7, tier 7, level 7, whatever you want to call it. I had 10 capping agents. So that was worth $40,000 a year just from that level. I also got paid on agents on levels 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So it was a really, really good first year. Now, let me break this down and give you a real simple example. So what this is going to do is show you how revenue share does. Break it down. This is the part you got to watch. It just blew me away. So we're not a franchise. We're a national company. And according to NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the average agent sells 6 homes a year. And according to NAR, the average sales price coast to coast is $275. The average commission is 2.5, sadly enough. I know I get 3.5 on all my listings. Some of you get 3. You'll make more. Some of you are a higher sales price. I might get 475. So, and I sell way more than 6, and I'm sure a bunch of you too. Again, it'll just be better. I'm dialing this back. I'm being conservative. So let's say the first year, just play along with me here. How many agents could you personally introduce to EXP? Could you do 5? I'm going to give you a 5-year plan, kind of like a 401k for real estate and an exit strategy. Not that you have to exit real estate, but how would you like not to have to work as hard as you've been working for all these years? So could you introduce 5 this year, and could you do that each year for 5 years? If so, at the end of 5 years, you will have referred 25 people to EXP. And in my example, I'm going to say who averaged 6 sales a year at $275 at a 2.5 commission. And then how many people do you think those agents get introduced over the next 5 years? What if they did 1 a year for 5 years? That'd be 5 in a 5-year period. And then the agents stay till even less, 3 in a 5-year period. The agents stay till even less, 2 in a 5-year period. That's like 1 person every 2.5 years. I'm really kind of dialing this back. Because you told 25, 20 unlocks level 5. And 25 gets you to level 6. However, you do not get paid on level 7. You must refer 40. You only did 25, so you're not going to be paid on level 6. So what this calculator does is it shows you your annual income, not one-time income, but your annual income with EXP through revenue sharing once you complete the above picture. Now people are like, what was the above picture? You personally referred 25 agents to EXP. Now I did 12 in my first 2 weeks. This is not hard to do. But 25 people to EXP in the next 5 years who average 6 sales a year, and they tell some of their friends, you tell some of their friends, it kind of compounds and accumulates out. Okay, and I always ask people, what do you think it'll be? Well, here it is, and I promise you this is not broken. It's $2.1 million a year is your annual income 5 years from now with EXP revenue sharing once you complete the above picture, which is right here. What is this? Can you refer, if you want to make $2.1 million a year outside of sales, because now you're not just a salesperson, you're building a real estate company with EXP, with me, with the person who invited you here. So could you have 25 people? There's 2 million out there. Could you find 25 who average 6 sales a year, not a month, a year, at 275? Could you find those people? And then they tell some people who tell some people, tell some people. I went and did 25 in 3.5 months. I already have people that have done 5, 10, 15, 20, 23, 24. We haven't even plugged in any of those kind of numbers here. Again, you did the lion's share of the work. Nobody did anything like this. And there's your income, $2.1 million a year. Now, I was showing this to a friend of mine. He's like, hey, could you change that to 15? I go, sure, why? He goes, well, I'm not as outgoing as you, but I think I could tell 3 people this year. And if I did that each year for 5 years, I could refer 15 years. I think this is more realistic for me. Like, okay, well, you lose level 6 because it takes 25 to get level 6 revenue sharing. You lose level 5 because you have to refer 20. Referring 15 will just get you paid on 3 levels. He goes, yeah, show me that. This is more me. I think I could do this in 5 years. $655,000 a year is not bad. He's like, really? He's like, okay, I'm in. And he actually signed up, and he's with me today. So if you'd like to make $655,000 a year 5 years from now, you just need to refer 15 agents to EXP who average 6 sales a year. Then each of those will start to tell some people who tell us, and it compounds and accumulates out. I'll end with this. I showed this to another friend up north of Farmtown. He goes, can you drop it to 10? I go, yeah, why? He owned an independent brokerage. He had 14 agents that worked for him. They said all my agents, they average probably 6. And this is actually sadly probably what my agents do, sleepy little farm town. And he goes, and I could see them doing this. And he goes, what would this earn me? I go, well, you're going to lose level 4 because you had to tell 15. You're only going to get paid on 2 levels. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I could see that happening for sure. And he's a 35-year independent. He goes, what would that earn me? I got to be honest with you. I was nervous to hit the go button. I'm like, what, 30, 40,000 a year? I'd never done anything that low. Well, how's $250,000 a year? $251,000 a year. Talk about a 401k for real estate. Or you could just not try. Well, I'm just going to stay with my old company and sell my tail off. Really, that's why I left Keller Williams, because I knew in 5 years I'd be 56 years old. I'd be selling my tail off then just like I am now. I knew my future is predictable. So is yours. You'll be at Coldwell Banker in 5 years. You'll be at RE/MAX in 5 years. Maybe you'll be doing luxury homes. Maybe this, maybe that. But you'll still be dealing with buyers who are upset because the home inspector missed the broken garbage disposal, or a seller who's upset because the buyer asked them to put a new roof on, and how dare them, and somehow you should have known. I mean, it doesn't change in 21 years. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to sell a ton of homes at Keller Williams or RE/MAX or wherever I am. I might as well do it at EXP.
Bottom line, I've been doing this for 20 years when I saw EXP. Some of you have been doing it for 2, some 10, some 30 or 40 years. You have relationship capital throughout the United States, Canada, and North America. You know people. You have family and friends and relatives who have real estate license. My whole world was Sacramento, California, and now it's North America. I told those 40 agents, they started telling their friends in San Diego and Seattle and Florida and Texas and Denver and Idaho and Utah. I'm in 43 states now in 200 major markets, and I now have 3,300 agents and brokers. I'll end the year at 5,000, just past my 2-year anniversary mark. Talk about an expansion model. There's not a company on planet Earth that has an agent who grew into 43 markets and has over 5,000 agents and brokers in 2 years, besides agents at EXP. We're the only one. That expansion model story doesn't exist at any other company, not even Keller Williams, who I loved and used to work on. There's no expansion team that has 5,000 agents in 43 states and 200 major markets. Skeptical? Keep checking it out. You want to miss on a huge opportunity? Listen to your manager. Listen to your regional manager. Listen to your OP, your team leader, your broker. If you leave Coldwell Banker for RE/MAX, when you go to tell Coldwell Banker you're going to RE/MAX, they will not say, wow, that is so great. RE/MAX is such a better company. Let me tell you why you should actually go to RE/MAX. That's a quality decision. No, they're going to say, what? Come on. No, don't go to Remax. Stay at Coldwell Banker. We're amazing. We got all these attorneys. We have really high-level training. We got a great brand. And they're going to try to, and we'll give you a free office. Move into the corner office, and I'll try to help you out here, and they'll try to help you. But so don't be surprised when you tell your broker or manager that you want to go to EXP. They are not going to go, wow, that's such a great idea. They're going to tell you every reason why you shouldn't go to EXP. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what company you're going to, your company is not going to tell you that's a great idea. You found a great idea. So don't be surprised with that. We manage it all through Enterprise, SkySlope. We have CRMs with lead generation, branding, marketing, the whole thing. I mean, bottom line, the EXP world has 250 employees that are wait on you hand and foot. Go into technology at 6:30 in the morning. They will fix your computer. They'll take it over and fix it. A guy just had him get rid of a virus today. Can you do that at your company? You can at EXP. Real estate Trends called it the Amazon of real estate. Glassdoor said it's the number one best place to work 2018. Market Watch talking about our growth. Join the company. Everybody's talking about it. It's been amazing. By the way, here it is in writing. No desk fees, no royalty fees. Been paying those for 20 years. No franchise fees. You can't buy your way in, but you can build your way in. We don't want your money. It's $149. I mean, I guess I don't even know. That's dinner out. In fact, last night I took a bunch of people to dinner and spent 3 times that amount. So, I mean, for less than the price of a nice dinner, you can join this company. It's not a capital risk. It is an ego risk. It's you offering this to people, and some of them saying yes, some saying no. Some people told me no, some said yes. And 40 of them said yes. I focused on the ones who said yes. You could go list 40 homes in the next 8 months. I did that for 20 years. Or you can go list 40 agents and watch them multiply like crazy. Listings aren't going to multiply like agents do. What's more scarce, listings or agents? Listings. They're more expensive to get. You got to spend a lot of money marketing, and then you get paid. It's over. I mean, hopefully you get a referral from a coworker or a neighbor that they know, and that certainly happens. But I did attract buyers and work with buyers and give them to my buyer's agents last year. And I did attract listings, and we listed a ton of homes, and we did that. I just added that third leg, that third component where I listed agents. And I listed for Youre special. I have people that have listed 10 agents and have 147 agents now because those agents told agents, and they've been with me just over a year. They make $10,000 a month in revenue share. That will change your life. So this is possible. This is doable. But here it is in writing: 80-20 split, clean, generous. Cap is 16,000. Excellent. I'm sure you can find places to work at that are 8 or 10 or 12 if you really want to dumb it down. You certainly could. We're not the cheapest cap in town, but we're not the most expensive. But what you get for the $16,000 is unbelievable. And then once you cap, you go to 100% split. Once you're at 100%, then EXP charges you $250 per transaction, so the company still has cash flow. Once you complete 20 of these transactions, you qualify for the $16,000 stock award. You get your cap back in the form of stock. So would you really pay to be at EXP? That's interesting. And then once you complete 20, they actually cap the $250s and drop it to $75 a transaction. So in case you're an agent who sells 50, 80, 100, 2, 3, 400 a year. By the way, if you're a large team, they have programs that are even better than this. You have to have a minimum of 10 agents and have a minimum of 175 sales in the last 12 months and a minimum of 40 million in production. There are some special programs. That's less than 1% of the agents out there, so we'll not go into it right now. But there are better opportunities for you. Anyone can qualify for it, so we're not leaving anybody out. But for the big teams that do 400 or 500 deals a year, there are better programs. Through EXP, just ask about it. Okay, startup costs $149, your $50 a month tech fee, your $35 a month university education fee. So it's $85 a month to work at EXP. That's your total overhead. You do need to market that website $100 a month, and that website, that conversion website, will give you 20 to 40 leads a week conservatively. Those are conservative numbers. You're going to probably do far better. We dumbed them way down to like what you could bank on, 20 to 40 a week, 80 to 160 leads a month. You're going to sell more real estate. And so if you spend $100 a month advertising your website plus this 85, that's $185 a month. But the minimum fees to EXP, $85 a month. Every time you make a sale, it's a $25 broker review fee. It's a very nominal fee. And E&O is $40 per sale, capped at $500 a year, not $5,000 a year or $1,800 a year or $2,000 or $3,000 a year. It's $500 a year for E&O at the rate of $40 per sale. Pretty cool. Basically, there's the growth of our company. Does this look like a company that is growing? We're going to end up here at 23,000. This is why our stock is exploding. I believe West Virginia is the only state we're not in. I heard we're opening that in September. So we'll be in all 50 states, 3 provinces of Canada, Alaska, Hawaii. We're going to grow into Mexico, Central America, South America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines. It's very exciting what's going to happen. This is a global opportunity. I just told people in Sacramento, I'm in 43 states and 200 major markets, and I'll grow worldwide. This is a life-changing, special moment in the world of real estate. Right time, right place. There's 15,000 EXP agents. There are 2 million in North America. We are about 5% build out. We just are hitting credibility. So check it out. There's our core values. We got them in bucket loads. And then finally, once you've seen enough, if you really are serious about doing due diligence about EXP, again, don't talk to your manager, because it doesn't matter what company you're going to. They're going to tell you why it's a bad idea. What I want you to do is apply. Go to join.exprealty.com and apply with our company to be a part of our company. What they will do is they will send you back a 45-page independent contractors agreement written by the attorneys at EXP that explain the stock awards, that explain the $16,000 cap and the 80-20 split and the fees, the various fees I've outlined here. I want you to read it with a yellow highlighter. This is, if you're serious about doing due diligence, don't listen to somebody else who wants you to stay at their company. Investigate EXP on its own 2 feet. If you go here and you do this today, it takes 3 minutes. Join.exprealty.com. It takes 3 minutes. You're going to get that 45-page ICA. Get that done. This is how you do due diligence. This is how you're going to learn more about the company. Also, give you a homework assignment. As a Keller Williams agent, I shared this webinar 8 times with people. I wasn't an EXP agent. I was sharing it with my friends going, what do you guys think? Because if you don't stop me, I'm leaving a company I love. I didn't like Keller Williams. I loved it. And I'm leaving this company for EXP because tell me why I shouldn't. Show me why. Stop me. Show me why I shouldn't. What am I missing? They're like nothing. All 8 left their franchises, 2 of them sold franchises. Another 6 of them, they were independent. Some were Coldwell Banker. Some were Remax. They all left and they came to EXP. 8 for 8. I wasn't even with the company. My goal was 10 or 15 the first year. I did 40 in 8 months. It was just easier than I thought. And as this market crowns and profits evaporate and times get tough, we are poised to explode. So again, show this. Go tonight. Show this to your best buddy in real estate. Go to your best friend's house tonight or tomorrow morning. Get a cup of coffee in the morning or go over tonight. Have them watch this and go, what do you think? What do you think? Have you seen the webinar? I haven't seen the webinar. I've just heard. Well, remember, all the managers and regional managers and brokers and OPs and team leaders have been taught to tell you why this is a horrible idea, because if you're a Lakers fan or a Boston Celtics fan, they're not going to tell you why you should go to the Golden State Warriors, why it's such a better ball club. They got their team, we got ours. So check it out on its own 2 feet. Oh, by the way, if you do this and go to join.exprealty.com, 2 important notes. Number 1, we do not contact your broker. EXP, it's very private between you and EXP. And number 2, we do not move your license to EXP. Okay? So finally, I just want to challenge you a little bit with my thoughts. When I saw this, I watched it 2 or 3 times, see it again. You didn't catch it all the first time. But I thought, you know what? If I don't do this, I know where I'm going to be in 5 years. So I know where you're going to be in 5 years. You're going to be at whatever company you're at now, or maybe you'll switch to another one. But you're going to be huffing real estate. You're going to be selling homes and working with buyers. I've been doing it for 20 years, and it's a great living, and I love real estate. But what if you didn't have to work so hard? Do you have an exit strategy? Do you have a retirement plan? I didn't. Maybe you did. I didn't. And so I looked at this. I thought, you know what? I'm going to try it for 6 months. I wish I could tell you, yeah, man, it's going to work. I didn't know it would work, but I wasn't afraid to try. And I tried it for 6 months. And I got to 40 in 8 months, but 6 months I think I'd sign up 30 or something like that. Then they told people I had 350 agents and brokers in 6 months. So you know what? I'm really glad. And so I didn't go back I was willing to fail and go back to Keller Williams with my hat in my hand and say, take me back. I failed. By December, I had 1,000. Today, I have 3,300. This December, 2 years later, a little over 2 years, I have 5,000 agents and brokers. It has been life-changing, uncomprehendable, which means I have many agents that have 50 and 100 and 2, 3, 4, 500 and 1,000 and 1,800. Many. And it's just check out EXP. Learn more about it. The person who shared this webinar with you, they're your sponsor. So make sure you put them down when you do the join.exprealty.com. Again, that will not move you to EXP, but will help you do your due diligence. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon at the next big EXP event. Bye for now.
Well, all right, there you have it. Thanks a lot, Brent, for that great job that you did, buddy. Appreciate you. Hey, for you that are still watching, I want to thank you so much for sticking in there. Checking out the Mentorship Masters Program, checking out EXP as well. And, a lot of times I get people that say, hey, what do I do next? Like, what are my next steps? Well, if you're already ready to go, there is going to be a link, should be right down below, where you can go ahead and click on that link, fill out your application to join EXP, put down the name of the sponsor that brought you to the Mentorship Masters MasterClass. That's going to be the person that invited you here. Put their name down. You can only in order to be part of Mentorship Masters, you have to be invited by another master. So put the name of the master that invited you here. And I got to tell you guys, people ask me, when you go through the application process, put their name and information down, and you'll get started. You might want to take a little bit more time to think about it. That's fine if you do. But I would say get started now, because we got some incredible classes that we're rolling out even this week, and we want you to be part of it. What I was going to say earlier, a lot of people say, well, man, Knolly, I got to leave my brokerage. Well, yeah, I had to. I remember when I made my first move, and I don't move around a lot. I've been in the business, going on 20 years, and I've only before EXP, I'd only ever moved once. So, I understand moving is difficult. When I moved the first time, I had to get 70 signs made. I was like, whoa, I had 70 signs, 70 sign writers, and it was a hassle, but it was worth it. Okay, when I moved over to EXP, yes, it's moving brokerages is a pain in the you-know-what, but it's just part of the business. It's something that we do in order to advance ourselves, to advance our families. Okay, and so it's tough. It's tough, and I acknowledge that. We've got a special letter that if you get together with the master that invited you, will provide to you. It's an exit letter, if you will, that's well written, and it'll kind of be something that you can forward to your broker and say, hey, I've decided to join Mentorship Masters. Okay, if you start talking about like Brent mentioned, you start saying, hey, we're going to EXP, you'll get all these reasons why EXP is not the best fit for you and all that. But if you just say, look, I've joined an elite mentorship program that I want to be part of, that is much easier of a pill to swallow for your current broker, if you will. So that's one thing. Obviously, you've got to switch. Some people want their cake and eat it too. They're like, hey, can I join Mentorship Masters and stay where I'm at? No. I mean, Mentorship Masters is an elite group of a program that we run through EXP. Okay, so that's that. Some people are just turned off by the whole multi-level marketing piece of it. And if that's you, that's fine. I mean, you can look. Most of the people that join us here at Mentorship Masters are all about just selling real estate. They're not trying to recruit agents. I'm a recruiter, right? I want as many people. I know that 87% of agents are not successful where they are. So I want those agents to be successful. So you better believe I'm trying to bring them over, right? Now, some people are successful. Some people will be successful no matter where they are. And that's great. Kudos to you. But if you want to be part of something where you can actually really learn things that will allow you to work less, not work as much, but also get stock in the company, and have the opportunity to earn residual income should other agents be attracted over because you moved. Why not? Why not take advantage of that? And so, one of the biggest reasons that I think that people don't move, and one of the biggest reasons I didn't move to EXP was an ego risk. Ego risk. It's hard to admit, but I've got to admit it for myself, not speaking for you, but for myself. It was like I had, I was one of the top agents at RE/MAX, one of the top 20 in the state. When I went to Keller Williams, I became a sort of an icon, a mascot at Keller Williams. And, what's EXP? Nobody's going to. And I had the misplaced fear, that if I joined EXP, some of my clients wouldn't want to do business with me. Nothing could be further from the truth. I remember the week I joined, and I actually had several listings that I brought over with me. And so I remember having a conversation. By the way, if you have listings that are current or properties that are currently active, you should be able to bring those over with you to EXP. If they're already under contract, those typically will stay with your current broker. Okay, and the master that, if you have any questions, any other questions, whatever mentorship master invited you to this, they'll be able to answer any of those questions for you. But what I was going to say just a minute ago was, I remember when I joined, and I was like, man, I don't think that, or maybe it's going to be a hard pill for my clients to swallow. By the way, when I joined Keller Williams, when I first heard about Keller Williams in 2003, nobody really knew about them either. They had less agents than EXP has right now at that time. And so it was an ego risk then to leave RE/MAX and join Keller Williams. But when I joined EXP, I remember distinctly talking to one of my clients, and he says, I said, hey, I've joined a new brokerage. He said, oh, yeah, well, you're not with Keller Williams? I was like, no. I'm with EXP. He's like, never heard of them. Who's EXP? What's EXP? I said, well, EXP is a company that I'm now a part owner of. Oh, you are? I said, yeah, I'm a part owner. It's a NASDAQ traded company, so it's publicly traded, and I'm part owner. Oh, wow, that sounds great. And here's how we can get your home sold. And then we just moved on. It was the end of conversation. I can tell you, and all the agents that have moved over can attest to this. Agents that are doing 20, 30, 50, 100 deals a year can all tell you that it has not affected their production in a negative way at all. Okay, and now you can do real estate from anywhere in the world and still have the highest levels of success possible. Hey, I love you. We've been on a long time already. I know that what we've shared here today is going to help you in your real estate career. Whether you join us here at the Mentorship Masters or not, we want you to join. We want you to be part of this movement, because we are moving, we are rocking, we are shaking, and we want you to be part of it. We want you to have success faster. But whether you're part of this or not, we know that this time that you spent with us, almost an hour and a half at this point, has been well worth it. God bless you, love you, and Godspeed for the rest of your day. We look forward to helping you become all that God created you to be, so that you can live the life that you were meant to live. God bless you. We love you.